Well, let's go. It's actually happening. The Canto's camp coming. The content drought's over. We can finally do stuff. Let's go. Anyways, I've already watched this trailer like multiple times already, but let's watch it again. I have like a few tabs of stuff I want to show you regarding it. So let's not tabbing. Yeah, we really are facing distance here.
둥글게 감겨 시작과 끝이 맞닿아 있는 실타래가 있었다.
By the way, I have like a slight inclination on what kind of dot this is, but I kind of need to make sure before I will explain it in a future lore video, because I'm going to make at least 50 lore videos on this Canto.
모든 순간은 시실과 날실이 되어 짜여지며
Weave a spider's web. Sure.
시간은 흐르지 않고 한 자리에 엉켜진다.
Yeah, Yoshi had the form. As a child, had the form of conversions now and stuff.
피가 맞았다고 엄살은 일어나. 안 일어나?
Dog, she can't even walk. How are you doing?
작사를 내놓구만 아주. 티켓 보기 용하니까 이걸로 닦아라.
네놈 손에 들린 그 하얀 건 도대체 뭐지? 우리 딸은 분명 검정색을 가져오라 했을 텐데. 달렘.
What the fuck this cover away being? Let's see what I create or something that she wants.
마음에 안 드는 거 있으면 언제든 말해. 어떤 형태로든 반드시 대갚아줄 테니까.
육체의 아름다운 원양을 세상에 드러내려면 살갗을 도려내고 척추를 끊어야 하지만 그러면 구도가 지나치게 안정화되더군요. 결국 예술이란 매 순간 이뤄지는 선택과 고통의 방식.
Yeah, her face only kind of really appears here. Again, yeah, the whole point, you know, the strings converge onto this very moment, creating her. So, you know, only with all of these elements added does she actually come into existence.
요시이다. 그대 눈에는 이 작품 어떻게 보이시나?
너희
And there's kind of glitchy sound effect, but I'm assuming it's just the index member going all silly on someone.
첫울음과 마지막 숨결 사이 모든 순간의 한가운데에서 나는 너를 보고 있다.
네가 생기고서부터 내 인생은 줄곧 불행했다. 알고 있니?
Fear of motherhood and parents in general.
그래, 그걸 잊으면 안 되지.
왔구나.
Shit.
안 그래도 네 생각을 하고 있던 참이었어.
Yeah, this there's the index badge there.
가끔 네가 보고 싶을 때는 말이지, 딸. 네가 찢어버린 이 화상 자국을 결에 따라 매만지고 나. 그 아이가 어디에 있냐고? 간단한 질문이야. 집으로 직접 돌아와서 확인해보면 되지 않겠니?
길을 잃은 내 아이야. 돌아오는 방향을 모르겠다며
Yeah, the pinky doesn't seem wrapped here.
가장 아팠던 첫 매듭을 더듬어서
Yeah, 3 lines form the dot. 3 lines form not 5 lines like the finger should.
되짚어라.
But it's, yeah.
그 떨림이 멎는 곳에는
You know, wait, this stuff.
내가 있단다.
Okay. That was Star Wars actual important stuff. Right, is it the dot? Yeah, it's the whole point of a bunch of strings tied into dots forming this person. I don't actually know if it's meant to be like a Ryoshu child or like a younger version of Ryoshu. It could be both. Again, both of the interpretations make a lot of sense, but it's also quite questionable for me.
여
Right, wait, then. Yeah, considering this some member is acting like the theory that like this child is meant to be like a future leader for the syndicates or something kind of doesn't make sense. Since considering the way the some member is acting, some likely see this kid as their inferior. I'm pretty sure there's actually a way to tell the ranking of some based on like the hilt on their sword or something, but I don't really know.
나?
Yeah, the multiple swords. Maybe maybe we'll have a 10 Blades of the East, considering how it's like a consistent theme. Like, 10 Blades of East are mentioned once, so they're definitely getting mentioned again.
대체 뭐지?
And the middle seems to kind of just be here. And a lot of people, yeah, the middle is there. Some people say the middle is the best syndicate or like most friendly, but not really. But they're kind of just there. They're kind of, they seem to, but again, yeah, his childhood seemed inherently fucked up. There's some here to just scold them and punish them severely. The middle is here to, take revenge, but they don't really do much other than that. And then, of course, the ring's here to traumatize her more. And like, I'm pretty sure, or like after the specific presentation, wait, does it? Wait, let me see. Yeah, her face doesn't appear until after the ring's presentation. Wait, let me see here.
그만하시라. 티켓 보기 흉하니까 이걸로 닦아라.
네놈 손에 들린 그 하얀 거
Yeah, her face only appears after the ring's presentation. Then, yeah, the whole point, all their faces are obscured, but like after this, the child's face is here. But like then again, yeah, the figure is still quite obscured, but it's still tied to the rope nonetheless. A part of this knot that ties into a person, perhaps. Right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people assume that like the ring would have the most influence on her because she kind of acts like a ring member, like calling it killing people art and stuff. Also, it seems like the index and the pinky are the most important here. With
네 생각을
index member, and of course the pinky being up here, with this guy being an index member, clearly having a big play. But the whole point is the pinky is unraveled. Yeah, a lost child of mine. Yeah, they're a lost child. Yeah, the lost child. Huh. Like, does he mean like literal child? Like these two are ryoshu's parents or something? I don't know.
야야, 돌아오는 방향을 모르겠다면 가장 아팠던 첫 매듭을 더듬어서
Not. There's honestly a lot of the Cantos have this theme of returning to somewhere to get your wish granted. And to be honest, we all want that, to like return home to something we regretted. Was a gang of 12 guys that just beats the shit out of everyone who stands in our way. Don't we all want that? Yeah, the whole item is that you would find me is quite strange. And especially when the quivering stops. Like, are they like in death? Or is it more so metaphoric? I hear that.
나는 너를 보고 있다.
This is it's something questionable here. Is this like a recreation of a scene that you saw? Like her watching her child being scolded by the pinky member, or is this just her going back into her memories, watching her, like remembering herself being scolded by the pinky guy? Anyway, speaking of pinky, like I have like a few inklings on who this is supposed to be, especially with his pipe here. So here's the full pinky. Of course, the Zato Jade Cylind, number 2 spot. What's the wing? They hung the wing tiger here at the number 25th spot, and Zilu the unrestrained being slightly higher than they hung. So I'm pretty sure this is probably that theoretically speaking she would win in fight, but right here, right, the spider is red. To be honest, I feel like this one's definitely important. What's the intentional mention of the spider house by Lei Hung in Canto 8, I'm pretty sure. Alright, the whole point is it's just about a sinner who's trapped in hell, but they're a criminal, they're a terrible person, but they do get a chance to climb from hell to paradise since they have a single good deed. They chose not to kill a spider, and so they were given a single spider thread in order to climb out of hell. But then he wanted to climb out, but he realized that other people wanted to climb out on the thread with him, so he tried to fight them off. But just by fighting them off the thread the thread snapped, and now he's stuck in hell forever. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? Again, I find the story kind of interesting because it's just real. And the whole point was, if the other sinners were typed to let him escape from hell, without trying to seize their chance to climb onto the thread, they wouldn't be in hell in the first place. If he was the type to be generous and allow others to escape from hell with him. She wouldn't be in hell anyways. So I feel like this is just this victim of circumstances and sheer chances makes fools of us all. And the whole point of the spider thread, especially with like the specific ending scene, you know, with the whole point of the spider's death and all these being the threads. Also, Project Moon seems to really like red string-like objects. Like, it's just a classic. I feel like if I ever see like a red string, you realize it, I will be like, wow, that Project Moon reference is like started vomiting out blood, and they'll take me to the hospital, and they'll like, and like once I wake up, I'll notice that, you know, I'm in bandages, but then the blood gets on the bandages, and and now it's another Project Moon reference, so I think I just get a heart attack and die. I think that's what's going to happen. Also, yeah, the way this knot is specifically tied, I'm pretty sure it's mentioned somewhere that the string starts and ends at the same point. So the fact that the fact that now there's 3 specific strings tying to this one knot means that the string is cut at some point. Since, you know, it's the whole point of the string is supposed to be in loop, so it's impossible for 3 strings to be like this. At some point, it has to be cut. And like, I feel like the point that's cut is here. The pinky is cut off. The whole point.
내 아이야.
I'm pretty sure there's like ending.
돌아오는 방향을
I'm pretty sure this is ending here, ends here.
모르겠다면
Maybe I'm reading.
가장 아팠던 첫 매듭을
Also, I'm pretty sure this is also meant to be a visual callback to the idea of Cognito, since like the first scene of Cognito would be introduced like this. Again, that's kind of it's a bit of a stretch, but like we know they do a lot of visual callbacks, especially with lunacy being literally carbon, like it literally is. Just look at the full image. Right, yeah, the child is specifically referred to as Yoshihide. But like the whole point in the book's artist is Yoshihide. So how we used to think that, you know, Ryoshu is the artist who was forced to like watch her daughter die or something like that. All right, yeah. In the comments, I saw like a theory about how like where is it? Yeah, the monkey. There was also a monkey named Yoshihide who was trying its best to help out, you know, help save people, but like they kind of, like, you know, it kind of screws up. But you know, it's just a monkey. It really doesn't help. I don't really believe in the theory that like one of these is actually a monkey. So it's like the whole point is if Ryoshu was actually a monkey the whole time, then that would be, you know, a sentient non-human in the city, and we know what the head does with that. All right, yeah, and of course this guy is definitely important.
안 그래도 네 생각을 하고 있던
Well, even the hairstyle is the same.
참이었어. 가끔
Yeah, I know. It's just the index without the cloak. Like some of the, I'm pretty sure some of them wear clothing similar, or like the underneath the cloak. Yeah, like the tie and everything. But again, it kind of just goes to show, you know how important some characters' design elements are. Which was just a single cloak added, it's turned from the average guy in the suit to, you know, actual interesting character. Yeah, sweetheart.
네가 보고 싶을 때는 말이지, 딸. 네가 찢어버린 이
Yeah, kind of weird. Like, if he was a ring member, like, this would be reasonable because that's just how they all act. Well, unless he got, like, a priest telling him to, you know, be the freakiest man alive while dressing up as a Black Silence. I really don't get this.
화상 자국을
Yeah, burn mark. Again, that kind of lends more credence to the idea that the child shown is Ryoshu's child. Especially since, you know, we know she definitely had a child. But the question I have here is, you know, are the scenes in the trailer a reference to her own childhood or a reference to her current child? But yeah, it's the kind of
결합 매만지고
implications bad,
그 아이가 어디에 있냐고?
especially with where was the child. So like, is this a child that Ryoshu had? Yeah, he's here the whole time. So maybe this is Ryoshu's child here. So maybe this is Ryoshu's child here. No, and I'm still quite 50-50 on that. Make it, yeah.
안 그래도 네 생각을 하고 있던 참이었어. 가끔 네가 보고 싶을 때는
Make it, yeah. If Ryoshu is this guy's daughter, then maybe Ryoshu is the child shown in the scene since he's specifically present for this. I guess this is Ryoshu, and Ryoshu also had a child. And then Ryoshu also had a child, and like this guy wants to. Yeah, the bird mark. Ryoshu definitely doesn't like this guy. And again, the bird marks. does she just do that? I think, yeah, she does that in her ego. Well, a lot of the setter's egos are just moves they can normally do. You know, you saw just pulling out his dagger and stabbing them, or Ishmael pulling out a harpoon and harpooning them. So maybe Ryoshu was always able to just create fire on her own because she's just built like that. I think it kind of like how the Leo Association have the nanites or something. I'm pretty sure they were nanites.
이 화상 자국을 결에 따라 매만지구나. 그 아이가 어디?
Yeah, he seems to actually have the most strings attached to him. Like, all of these only have like a pretty small amount of strings, but like, he's entirely tied in with the strings. So he's probably most related with the child.
그 아이가 어디?
Yeah, so Ryoshu is this guy's daughter. If Ryoshu is this guy's daughter, then this is this guy's granddaughter.
간단한 질문이야. 집으로 직접 돌아와서 확인해 보면
Yeah, coming home.
되지 않겠니?
길을 잃은
But still, lost child. Yeah, just put this together. Yeah, as a Pinky guy and the Ring guy are Ryoshu's parents.
내 아이야.
Assumedly,
돌아오는 방향을 모르겠다면
the way home.
가장 아팠던 첫 매듭을 더듬어서 되짚으면
Yeah, specifically the Pinky. The whole point is specifically the Pinky unraveled the tie. So what is this knot? Is this? I'm pretty sure it's assumedly the knot is this child. So maybe Ryoshu is not the one that's super important. But then again, like Ryoshu's backstory, Ryoshu's character profile, like Limbus Company does mention how her specific character is hard to handle. And it makes sense considering, you know, all of the fingers here. Yeah, the Pinky is missing from the scene. Yeah, it is. Taking down the strings tied into the cradle, creating this. So perhaps the child is the result of all these fates converging on this single time. Yeah, but why does the Pinky chooses? Yeah, why does Pinky sever herself? All right, yeah, also like this. Where's the scene? I'm pretty sure there was another scene with the Pinky specifically.
서 아이
Yeah, here's the Pinky.
마지막 숨결
Wait, is
사이
the same voice?
서 되짚어라.
It's the same voice.
여신
마지막
Now, the specific way this is done, they not is intentionally I gather on here. So it's kind of like in the forum where, you know, if they have the chance, if they could just grab on the knot and just pull it off. So yeah, the Pinky is separated from this fate. Anyways, yeah, I've been reading Water Margin a bit since I was pretty sure it's going to be important later. And then now that, you know, the index, both the index and the Pinky seems so much more different than everyone know. The Pinky specifically being the one severed. Holy shit, it's unsevering. Also, we really don't get much with Ryoshu's sword. I was originally gonna say something about how the some guy had a sword that it's kind of similar to Ryoshu, but not really. It has a gold accent, but not really. Then yeah, some has a weapon that are able to be set on fire, and Ryoshu is Ryoshu's ego has her set stuff on fire. Man, it's hard to see. Yeah, you know, this is literally a teaser, so I kind of just, you know, woke up in the morning, saw this, went insane for quite a few hours, watched it roughly 50 times. Don't do the math for that. And then, you know, made this video. Anyways, let's go. I actually have something to make content for. Let's go. I have stuff to actually talk about. Look forward to an actually consistent upload schedule that is once every few months or so. Let's go.